Right.
Extremely dangerous until you get up to here. So I would recommend adding a handrail here. This one is fine, pretty neat design too. And it actually meets the current requirements, no more than 4 inches between the rails, so a little kid or pet can't fall through. Solid oak treads, which are actually in pretty good shape. If you do the floors, you might want to have them do a light, if you do a light sanding and recoat. Okay, so now I can talk more about the lower unit. I didn't want to do it while the guy was here. Okay, so here's the deal. The kitchen, you're going to remodel it.
Yep.
It's too far gone. There's nothing salvageable. The bathroom, you could change the vanity and the plumbing fixtures and possibly fix that shower pan. The tile floor and everything looked like it was all in good shape. And maybe you'll add a fan besides the openable window, and you got a lot of windows to change out or replace. Like I said, about $1,000 per window.
Right.
But the bathroom, basically just those things, I think you'll be okay. So you won't have to do such a major job there. But the kitchen, you might as well figure you could put a new kitchen.
Right.
So it's going to be somewhere between $20,000 and $50,000 depending on what you do.
Yep.
All right, so we'll go through this place now. You know, this is the old telephone nook. Some of them, like
Gotta have those.
my old place has the seat. Used to have a seat, you know, because it's built 18 little seat to sit on and put your telephone book. Kind of cute. And this bathroom too, you know, is looking pretty good.
This unit is in substantially better condition than the lower one.
Yeah,
Well, it's not that bad actually. It's
clean.
really deferred
clean.
maintenance. Yeah, it's clean. Yeah.
And the fixtures are in a little better shape. Okay, see, that dropped that off a little bit. See, just depends on where those lines are running. Now, see, it's just so it's really bad here. So unfortunately, you may have to open up some walls up here to get to those galvanized lines. Let's close this off. And how I'm only thinking about the time in relationship to Johnny shutting it.
Right, I know.
I'm not cheating. I'm going to take as long as I need to for you guys. So this is a grounded outlet.
Yep.
So all you got to do is change to the GFI, $10. It's wired exactly the same.
Yeah.
And then this will make that safe. Again, we got openable window for ventilation, which is actually working okay. And oops, I'm sorry. So this toilet will have to be changed to the low capacity. Yeah. So that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And now, if this pan was leaking, we'd see it in the ceiling down below, which we didn't see. We only saw that place in the kitchen. So you should be okay on the pan here. And see, they've been keeping the caulk up here. This is all caulk. It needs to have a little screen thing there, but not a big deal. And the shower is working. Just check. Walls seem like they're pretty good. You know, in the old days, they used mortar or cement behind the tiles instead of that wonder board that they use nowadays. They usually held up pretty good.
Yeah.
And again, they've updated the door. Oh wait, maybe not. This looks like the. So
Yeah,
it may be that
original.
this does not. Yeah, this is not tempered glass.
Right.
Incredibly dangerous. So you. Hopefully you could just. I like this. If you can manage to save that, I don't know, and just put the glass in. But this shower should not be used until that is changed. There's been a lot of accidents. People slip, the glass breaks, they get cut up, they're bleeding, and so forth and so on. So don't fool around with this. This one you get done right away. If you got it, you guys would live up here in this one?
Yep.
And the floors actually, did you get them in finished? They're actually in pretty darn good shape.
I agree.
Nice.
Really good shape. You may not need to refinish it. You know, I think this is actually the 3/4, not the 3/8. I think this is tongue and groove because in the strip flooring, you usually see the nail heads. And we're not seeing nail heads except on the edges. So this is probably, you know, this was built really well. The framing here is, at the side, really heavy duty framing for the building. And along the same lines, they put in this nice hardwood frame. Have you run this?
No, we haven't tried.
Is it okay to turn on? Sure. Okay. So we'll just make sure that that's working. Storage closet. Okay, and here we'll be able to see a lot better that the lack of outlets. This is cool. This is cool.
Yeah, it's nice, huh?
Yeah, you know, when you don't have all that junk and you can see, it's really, and the view is huge. This is really nice. Yeah, see, they got 3 outlets in this area. like, now see, it looks like it's a grounded outlet, but in fact it's not.
Right.
So either it should reflect what it is with no ground, or be converted to a grounded outlet. Same here, they look like they're grounded, they're really not. So any device you have that needs a ground, like a desktop computer or certain tools, will not operate properly. You get spurious signals on your desktop computer, all kinds of other problems. So if you get it, it pays to invest in one of these.
Yeah.
And make sure it's, well, this one shows what it is. This is fine. It's ungrounded outlet, it's obvious, that's fine. This is a real old antenna for AM radio.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Traffic. For some reason, the windows up here look like they're in a little better shape.
Yeah.
These are all in pretty much shape. Let's check this. Now, this was this size. I think it was red on the other. This one is jammed or painted shut. You got a little damage that they covered up with paint. Not a lot.
I think that went on with the light switch.
Yeah,
There you go.
cute little fixture.
When they came with the house, when they built it.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's see.
We haven't been in there.
We haven't gone
Yeah,
to the past.
I tried to stay. Okay, let's go back. 'Cause I
Okay.
try to stay to the right and go down. There's one skylight on the roof that I haven't looked at, but usually when they change the roof like they did in 2018, they'll put a new skylight in as well. And as far as I can tell from the Google map, it looked like they had done that.
Yeah.
But I couldn't guarantee it.
Yeah, I saw those already. I just was wondering if,
So you got,
Is that electrical or? what
well,
is
I
this?
think it's, don't you think it's a Wi-Fi setup?
Must be.
Yeah, looks like it. Oh, these are in-ground, one second. I think these switches just control these outlets. And I'm a little adapter for that. There it goes. Something's a little wonky with this switch, by the way.
Yeah.
Easy enough to fix that. And this one, there. And it's making noises. There's something a little off here. Should be easy enough to get that taken care of. And they just, this is lamp wiring, not allowed. Instead of,
Oh yeah.
having conduit,
conduit.
they just use lamp wiring. They just get that little. This could just, this is going to be architecture by subtraction. You just take
Yeah.
it away. And you shouldn't really, in the old days, they allowed bare bone outlets in closets, but it can be hazardous. You can start a fire or
Right.
a breaks these things.
Yeah.
Real easy fix, $20 for
Yep.
We've got some missing hardware here.
good to know.
Is that- Oh, look at that fixture. That must have been
Yeah.
added though.
It
Looks
doesn't
newer.
seem original.
No, sure nice though.
Yeah. It's nice to walk up, you definitely have nice height.
Yeah, pretty cool. I like the staircase in the handrail thing,
Yeah.
which is a personal thing. My opinion doesn't count on everybody. So, you got a few missing door stops or missing knobs, which will eventually cause, like the entry door downstairs. So are we getting our heat now? Yeah. So that heater is functioning. I'm gonna turn it back off now, so don't forget. And where's the thermostat? Here we go. Okay, so I'll turn that back off, John. I'm always paranoid that I'll go halfway to my office, did I turn that off? Okay, so this is an ungrounded outlet. They always smell like that, by the way, when they
Yeah.
haven't been used for us. So
Yeah.
if it's safe and okay to use, you just open a bunch of windows, run it, go have fun in the park for a few hours and come back.
Yeah.
Okay, that was exactly what it looks like. Yeah, the paint and everything's been more updated here because they have access to do it. Okay, yeah, this is another one. Looks like all your grounded outlets here, in fact, are not grounded.
Right.
Except I think that bathroom back on. I don't know what this is a special
Oh,
plug. I'm not
that's-
sure what it's for.
Looks like it's European.
Yeah, kind of, except there's got the little round holes. Anyway, so there is a little attic, but in these places, the attic is extremely low, and they're not required to insulate it because usually it's too low. You know, I think it's got to be 18 inches or 24 inches before they're required to insulate it. But usually it doesn't happen because you don't have access. The only time you could do it is if you redid the roof and removed some of the sheeting and roof and do it from there. Otherwise, it's really difficult on these buildings to insulate the attic. But the energy requirement calls for if you have an attic over 18 inches high where there's access to either blow-in insulation or put bad insulation in. But just to let you know, that is the attic access here. So they did some funky wiring on this light as well. You see the exposed wiring. It's supposed to either be in the wall or conduit.
Yep.
Exposed conduit. So,
Yes. Okay.
you guys have a little bit of electrical will be one of your
Same layout.
sort of bigger expenses.
Somebody still living downstairs?
Somebody's living downstairs.
So this happens sometimes where they have water stains and stuff, and the refinishing, they didn't go deep enough to do it. So it might have to, in order to get these stains out, you may have to replace some of the flooring or get it resanded again and try to get to that level below the stain. It gets a little tricky. Or the other possibility is put some carpeting in here. I mean, you'll have to see what you do with that. So just like all the others, it's not really grounded. It's functioning. And now this is our second cracked window pane. I'm sure there's some downstairs too. I just couldn't, there's
Yeah.
window coverings all over the place. And this is not supposed to be hanging up like,
Oh.
this should have been set up into the window. They're called the sash, well, they're sash cords when they're cords, but it's the sash hardware. To keep the window up when you open the window. It needs a little work.
So are these the structural?
Oh, yeah, no.
No, it's that
This is gonna be,
Yeah.
this is the structure. This wall and through here, that's the
Okay.
structure.
So just running this way.
Opening here, that's what I was saying. Say you wanted to open up this entire wall. You open it up and then you let in a beam, like a 4x12 up in there. And so what you have then, you'll just have a little detail where it'll look just like this, and then it just ends here and go across.
Right.
So it can be done even though it's a variable, but
Yeah.
that's going to be a variable.
But this one here, you could
It's not. Yeah.
break out this
Yeah.
wall.
I mean, you double check with
and
an
open up
engineer.
that
That should be
space.
fine. Yeah, you shouldn't have to worry about that. So this must have been where the leak was from before they fixed the roof. Yeah. So you can see, a little bit of a substandard patch there.
Right.
So a visible patch. And there's still some. This was probably from that too. Okay, so missing door here. Not a big deal. Yeah, this one too. The sash guides are not quite the way they're. Maybe I may be wrong about that. Maybe this is because they all have it. I might be wrong about that. I just haven't seen this particular thing, and I've been doing this a long time. So there's a little missing heart. You should have the pulls for the windows.
Right.
Somebody replaced this window not too long ago. Yeah. I don't want to force it, but it's not really opening, so you probably need a little window work here. This one does kind of work, but it's sticky. But if you do replace the windows with dual glazed windows, you're going to have, it's going to be a lot quieter.
Right. Yeah.
And also you have the energy conservation, will stay a lot warmer inside. So it's something to think about, but downstairs is much more urgent, I think, than here. So another ungrounded outlet, and there's my ironing board.
Oh yeah.
I got a same exact one.
Thank you.
It's funny, because mine is like 1880 something, and this is 1930, and they still get the same one. I'm okay.
Yeah. Whoever made those made them in.
Yeah, they're kind of